Welcome back to the channel, historians and enthusiasts of the past. Today, we re-diving deep into one of the most pivotal events in world history, the Siege of Constantinople in 1453. This event didn't just mark the fall of a great empire. It was a turning point that reshaped the world order. Let's explore the history, the characters, and the consequences of this defining moment. To understand the Siege of Constantinople, we must first look at the state of the Byzantine Empire. By the 15th century, the once glorious Eastern Roman Empire had dwindled into a shadow of its former self. The empire, founded by Emperor Constantine I in 330 AD, had been a beacon of art, culture, and power. However, by the 1400s, the Byzantine Empire had been weakened by centuries of war, invasions, and territorial losses. Byzantium had shrunk dramatically, losing most of its territories in Asia Minor, the Balkans, and North Africa. The capital, Constantinople, remained the last bastion of a once mighty empire, surrounded by increasingly hostile forces. In fact, by 1453, the empire was reduced to little more than a small patch of land in southeastern Europe, besieged by its greatest enemy yet, the Ottoman Turks. Enter Sultan Mehmed II, also known as Mehmed the Conqueror. By 1453, the Ottomans were a rising power under his rule, dominating much of the Balkans and Anatolia. Mehmed, only 21 years old at the time of the siege, was a visionary and a military strategist. His ambition was to cement the Ottoman Empire's power and legacy by conquering Constantinople, the symbol of Christian and Roman authority in the East. Mehmed's determination to capture the city was rooted not only in his desire for territorial expansion, but also in his ambition to become the true ruler of the Eastern Mediterranean. He saw Constantinople as the key to controlling trade routes and securing the Ottoman Empire's dominance in the region. But conquering Constantinople would be no easy feat. On the other side of the walls were the defenders of Constantinople. Led by Emperor Constantine XI Palaiologos, they were outnumbered and outmatched. The Byzantine army was small, composed of soldiers, mercenaries, and volunteers. Constantine XI, a tragic and heroic figure, faced a dire situation, knowing that the fall of the city meant the end of the Byzantine Empire and potentially the end of Christianity in the Eastern Mediterranean. The city of Constantinople was well fortified, with massive walls that had held strong for centuries, famously surviving multiple sieges. But the problem wasn't just the enemy outside the walls. The Byzantine Empire's political instability, lack of resources, and reliance on foreign mercenaries made it vulnerable to the Ottomans' military strength. In April of 1453, Sultan Mehmed II began his siege of Constantinople, bringing an army estimated at around 80,000 to 100,000 soldiers. This massive force was supplemented by a formidable fleet. What would make this siege truly different, however, was Mehmed's use of cutting-edge technology, particularly large siege cannons capable of breaking through Constantinople's legendary walls. One of the most iconic weapons in the siege was the Basilica cannon, a massive cannon designed by the Hungarian engineer Orban. It was capable of firing stones weighing over half a ton. These cannons would become a game-changer, slowly wearing down the defenses of the ancient city. The Ottomans also built an enormous siege camp and made use of a naval blockade to cut off the city's access to resources from the sea. Despite their valiant efforts, the defenders of Constantinople struggled to keep up with the relentless bombardment. The Byzantine defenders, under constant fire, fought to repair the walls and stave off the Ottoman advances. Yet, the cannons and the siege equipment caused significant damage over time, gradually breaking through the once impenetrable walls. The walls, which had survived invasions from the Persians, Arabs, and Crusaders, were finally succumbing to the new artillery technology. The siege stretched for several weeks, with heavy casualties on both sides. For the defenders, every day was a battle of desperation. On May 22, 1453, Mehmed made his final push. After weeks of bombardment, the walls were breached. Ottoman forces stormed the city in a coordinated, brutal assault. The defenders fought valiantly but were overwhelmed by the sheer numbers and power of the Ottoman army. The fall of Constantinople was not just a military victory. It was a cultural and symbolic annihilation. The city was looted and its churches desecrated. The Hagia Sophia, the magnificent cathedral, was converted into a mosque, marking the final shift of power from Christianity to Islam in the region. The fall of Constantinople in 1453 marked the end of the Byzantine Empire and the beginning of the rise of the Ottoman Empire as a major power. For Europe, it was a tragic event that had long-lasting effects on trade, politics, and religion. The fall also accelerated the Renaissance in the West, as scholars fleeing the city brought ancient Greek and Roman manuscripts to Italy, sparking a revival of classical knowledge. Moreover, the Ottomans' control of Constantinople allowed them to dominate trade routes between Europe and Asia, ultimately leading to the Age of Exploration as Europeans sought new paths to the east. The Siege of Constantinople was not just a military conquest, but a monumental event that reshaped the world. The end of the Byzantine Empire symbolized the fall of one era and the rise of another. It marked the end of the medieval period and the dawn of the early modern world. The echoes of 1453 still reverberate across history, reminding us of the fragility of empires and the power of ambition. Thanks for watching this deep dive into the Siege of Constantinople. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more content on history's most significant moments. Until next time, keep exploring the past.